and tight, can you see it? Streaming the truth live from where they decree it. Sylvia speaks, no filter, no buffer. Courtroom drama couldn't get any tougher.
When the gavel's first bang, to the weakness turns tears. Sylvia's lens captures all your hopes and fears. Uploading justice one trial at a time. Tune in every moment, edges sublime.
Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Faces tell stories, the courtroom can't hide. Sylvia's insights cut through the divide. From jury talks to the lawyer's secret. In Sylvia's world, you know you'll need it. Behind the scenes where whispers are loud, her lens reveals the truth in the crowd. Courtroom secrets laid bare to see. Stay curious with Sylvia Spree. Every objection, every sharp retort, Sylvia's there to give you the report. Exclusive footage no one else can snag. From catchy headlines straight to the tag. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show.
Faces tell.
Good morning, good people. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, my wonderful people. Good morning to you. All right, y'all. Oh, this weekend has been crazy in Atlanta. There was a shooting, a mass shooting this weekend. And they had a press conference this morning, so I wanted to bring to you guys a press conference, what happened in Atlanta. Hey, good morning, everybody that's coming in. Hi, hello, 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 hello. All right, let's go ahead and get started because it's going to be a kind of a long live. But before I get started, is Rosie in here? Is Rosie in here? Is Rosie in here? Hey, Courtney. Is Rosie in here? Yeah, I don't have the makeup on like I had on yesterday, but I tried to do something. You know, Dallas is the expert. I tried to do something. Is Rosie in here? Wanted to make sure Rosie was in here. Hold on a second. Oh, at the back of my leg. I still got the lashes on. I just don't have makeup on, you know, like she had on my face yesterday. Okay. It's Rosie in here. I was trying to wait for a few minutes. Let me know when Rosie gets in here. But in the meantime, let me go ahead on and play the press conference that they had this morning. Let's go ahead on. And it was a mass shooting. As 10 people were hurt. And I think 2 are now deceased. It was 1 deceased this morning, but I think there's 2 now. Let me go ahead on and start this off.
APD Chief Darren Shearbaum and LaShondra Burks, our COO. So I've called this press conference this morning to talk about the violence that occurred over this weekend here in Atlanta, over a few places. APD Chief and our senior leadership team are here to go over some of the details that we discussed this morning. My heart goes out to all of the family members of any victim that lost their life over this weekend, as well as my prayers go to those individuals that I'm praying for a speedy and full recovery for anyone that was injured in the violence that occurred over this weekend. Many of them are at Grady, and some of them are already back home. So my prayers are with you. And again, to the family members of victims, you have my heart and my prayers. We haven't had a weekend like this in a long time, maybe 2 years or more, Chief. We know that summer months often bring some of the most challenging times when it comes to crime and gun violence in our communities. Public safety continues and remains my top priority and the top priority of this administration. We are doing all that we can to prevent these tragedies even before they happen. The Atlanta Police Department remains focused on the missions that they have, including Operation Heatwave, a multi-agency initiative targeting areas with heightened drug-related activity and gun violence. I have every confidence in our police department to continue to bring down crime in the city of Atlanta. And I thank you to the men and women that's been out there day and night of the Atlanta Police Department, preventing crimes as well as solving the crimes that have occurred over this weekend. And while this weekend's violence are deeply troubling, and we'll get into those, we are still in a time where we have seen a 32% decrease in homicides over the first half of this year compared to last year, and nearly 50% when you compare to over the past, since 2022. A great reduction also in shootings as well, almost 20% reduction in shootings. That progress is the result of intentional and strategic investments, not just in policing, but also in prevention and in care. Our Year of the Youth activities continue to keep our teens and young adults occupied, busy, and employed. Our Mayor's Office of Violence Reduction and our Nightlife Division have both been throughout the community, providing training and resources while also keeping their ears to the ground. We've expanded APD's community assistance and response units, which is called the CARE units. We've beefed up our park rangers at our parks and at our swimming pools, which are all free this summer. We operated our At Promise centers and our police athletic league programs to keep our youth busy. And we've even conducted safety walks with our senior citizens. We are also continuing to confront the systemic issues that drive violence in the very first place. This work is about people. It is about the lives that are lost, the families that are shattered, and the communities traumatized by violence that should have never happened in the first place. Even though crime is down in Atlanta, a weekend like this can affect a whole city, and it should not happen. As we continue to make Atlanta even safer, we must work together. Government, community organizations, businesses, faith leaders, our neighborhoods, and our parents and families. We all have a role to play in ensuring that no more families suffer the pain of preventable loss. So now I'll turn it over to Chief Schierbaum so he can give details about some of the incidents over this weekend and about APD's response. Chief.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to join our mayor in extending the prayers of every member of the Atlanta Police Department to everyone that was impacted by gun violence this weekend, those that are recuperating, and those that have lost loved ones. This department will not rest until we identify who's responsible and bring those individuals to justice. The mayor alluded to positive trends that we were seeing all summer around our city as we enjoyed vacation time. We saw reductions in shootings and homicides throughout the summer. But this weekend that changed. This department is currently investigating 12 incidents of gun violence in our city.
12.
29 individuals injured and 2 deceased. When I look at—
Did you hear that? 12 incidents of gun violence.
That's what connected them. They played out throughout various parts of the city, but none is connected to the other than individuals had guns when they were angry. Seems to be the most common theme that we saw throughout the weekend. We saw shootings related to disputes over cars being booted. We saw a nephew take the life of his uncle. We saw individuals shot in domestic violence disputes and disputes over dating. The one that we were called to overnight was at 349 Edgewood, and that is one that we still are seeking clarity on and need the assistance of the community. We were called there at 1:27 this morning to report of multiple people shot. We arrived on scene to find 11 that had been shot, 1 deceased, 10 are injured, and 1 of those is critically injured, which is an 18-year-old male. Right now, we are seeking 3 males and a female that approached a group that was assembled around the streetcar stop on Edgewood that we believe were responsible for initiating the exchange of gunfire. We have recovered firearms from the scene, and we've recovered 34 shell casings, which we are working closely with our ballistics lab and the ATF to investigate. We do believe there are citizens that have information that will allow us to determine exactly what transpired on Edgewood this morning and will allow us to arrest those responsible. So we ask anyone that has video, that has information, to please reach out to this department at 404-577-TIPS. That's 404-577-8477. And please provide any information that you have so we can arrest those that were responsible. Gun violence affects every citizen of Atlanta, regardless of what neighborhood you live in or where you are. And when this weekend, when we saw individuals who are angry about everyday common matters pick up a gun and use it, it speaks to the work that needs to continue to be done. The mayor referenced the youth centers have been full this weekend. Your police department hosted 124 young men and women at our 2 youth camps this summer. That has been a key component in reducing crime in our city. We do have 2 teenagers that were shot overnight. We have a 17-year-old and a 16-year-old both from Cobb County that were in the city at an Airbnb party that was shot on Chapel Road. They are both expected to survive, and we anticipate working that case forward. As you all know, we're investigating a homicide last week in Empire Park that we're continuing to seek the assistance of the citizens on. This happened at 279 Oak Drive in Empire Park. And I want to thank every member of the Atlanta Police Department, our investigators, our officers, our crime scene techs, our 911 dispatchers have been working all weekend to make sure we address these matters as they play out. The mayor mentioned that this time last year we had 76 homicides in the city, so we are seeing a positive movement. If you go back to 2022, when many of you had the role you have now, we had 92 homicides so far this morning in the city. So we are making progress. The team effort the mayor has called for is reaping dividends. This weekend is a reminder that we still have work to do. That anger, that conflict resolution, and access to guns by individuals that should not have them, should not have that moment, is still a matter that we all need to address as citizens of our city. Mr. Mayor, that's my report out right now for any questions that you may have or the reporters may have.
Okay, we're gonna go right start here.
How many homicides do you have so far this year, Chief? And I'm also told your officers were very quick on scene this morning. What more can you do on Edgewood short of being on every block?
You know, we're assessing that. Edgewood is a very vibrant nightlife scene, and we have crafted a plan that we put in place 2 years ago that has been very effective. So we're assessing already today what needs to be adjusted to make sure we do not have a repeat of last night. And so we're assessing that now. We do have officers that are in the vicinity assigned there. We do have cameras that are throughout the area. And so we're going to assess that to see what we need to do differently. To answer your questions, we're currently at 57 homicides. That's counting the one that occurred this morning. And that is versus 76 we had this time last year.
92.
And 92 in 2022 this morning.
With the shooting there on Edgewood, it happened in this street, I understand. Did any of the bars that were there, were associated with you out of those bars? And also, how many witnesses are you guys trying to get?
You know, we're still in the earliest stages of this investigation. We're out as we speak, interviewing witnesses, seeking new witnesses. We're gathering video now. So it's too soon for us to know where individuals came from, but we will be reconstructing that over the next few hours.
Step in for a second, Chief. Thanks for that question, both of those questions as it relate to Edgewood. We know that it's a vibrant nightlife scene there. So if you saw something, you should say something. This is directly to the public. We encourage you, if you see something, say something, because we know that there were enough people out there that could have given us some indication of what happened. And so investigators are out. That's why you only see the leadership of APD, because everybody else is out working right now. And so if you see something, individuals that may have been out there, call that TIPS hotline. What is it, 404-477-TIPS?
That's correct, sir.
577. 404-577-TIPS. Please call us and let us know if you saw anything that may lead to us being able to solve this.
You know, we talked to a witness who was out there, who said she actually called 911 when she saw this group coming. Did you guys have any advance notice? Obviously, she called and seconds later the shooting occurred. Did you have any notice or that something was going on?
We're reviewing all that now. Every 911 call is being reviewed, all information that was available to us. And so we'll know that as the day progresses, what we knew and what our response was to that.
Yeah, so, it sounds like from what you all said, is basically kind of stemming from this dispute among people. My question is two-part, well, kind of one and a half part. What role do you think the Office of Violence Reduction plays in that? And, there's only so much you can do as far as like getting in between personal disputes.
Yeah, thank you for that question. So the Mayor's Office of Violence Reduction has been extremely helpful in bringing down violence in communities that tend to have disputes that have spilled over for decades sometimes. They often heal old wounds, going to apartment complexes, going to previous gang members or individuals that want to get out of gangs, encouraging them and helping them to be able to transition, but also keeping their ear to the street to understand what beefs are cooking up and to be able to squash them. And so the violence reduction team, they're not everyday Atlanta City Hall workers. They are individuals that are sometimes former gang members, sometimes ex-offenders, individuals that want to see violence stop. And so they do a lot of anti-retaliation work. So if an incident has occurred last year and people are trying to get get a chance to get back at others, they try to keep that down. And they've been extremely helpful in doing that throughout the year. I think that's been helpful, why we have violence that hasn't been as high as it has been in years past. They also help tremendously with our domestic violence. Our No More campaign that Chief and I and others have really led the charge on has been instrumental and helpful in bringing down violent crime. But you can't be everywhere at all times. You get into an incident with the boot person at a parking lot, a nephew and an uncle get into it. These things, are difficult to prevent, but we try to make sure that the whole society understands that guns are not the answer and that we should use conflict resolution and de-escalation tactics.
So as it relates to the second Edgewood shooting, we do not. That's what we're working on. We do know the first Edgewood shooting was related to a parking dispute. When we go back, we will determine why guns were introduced last night. I think you've seen the administration tackle youth engagement head on. 2 years of the Year of the Youth, making sure we're providing ample opportunities around employment, summer engagement, putting positive role models in front of them and engaging them where they are about conflict resolution. We have strong partnerships with Atlanta Public Schools, with KIPP Academy to ensure that we're sharing information with them and collaborating around conflict resolution and engagement around individuals that may be at risk. We also have 3 at-promise centers that are functioning and open. That has been very key in our reduction around youth crime. That is not going to stop. That is going to continue. You will see over the weekend, it was teenagers, but it was people in their 50s and 60s that were involved as well. Youth is going to be the center point of our approach, but everyone has a role in conflict resolution wherever they are. It's 3 black males and a black female. I do anticipate we will be releasing videos soon, so you can all share with your viewers and with your readers on your social media so they can assist us in identifying them.
That's Michael talking right there, y'all.
We just don't know yet. Don't know. We know where the triggers were pulled. We don't know why the triggers were pulled, and we're going to figure that out. Yes, sir. That's all weekend. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and this morning. We will probably find that the majority were innocent bystanders that were shot overnight on Edgewood. Whether it was gang connected, we don't know yet. Sometimes we see very early indications that it is. We haven't seen that yet at all, but we're going to explore to see if that was actually at play here. But right now, we do not see that. It appears that way.
Innocent bystander.
Yes,
is what that means.
yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right, y'all. That's what happened on that. But I gotta plug in my commercial, y'all. Here go the commercial for the person that's sponsoring this live. Need a truck? Skip the hassle. At DiddyTruck.com, we make truck rentals affordable, fast, and easy.
At that Diddy Truck, we simplify transportation. We connect you with trusted rental trucks tailored to your needs. Without the stress or hidden requirements. No fleet ownership, no moving help. Just dependable truck rentals. Yeah. Compare, choose, save. Tired of switching between rental websites. DiddyTruck.com. They're the only platform that lets you compare prices from multiple truck rental providers side by side, so you always get the best deal by seeing all your options in one place. You can save time and up to 30% or more on your rental. Smart renting starts here.
We provide that access to clean, well-maintained trucks, suitable for short or long-term use. Whether you're relocating, transporting goods, or making deliveries, we got a rental solution that works for you. And good news, insurance is not required to rent.
All right, y'all, here we go. This is what happened last night in the Atlanta area. They're going to talk about it.
About multiple overnight shootings right in Atlanta's Edgewood neighborhood. At 11 Alive's Dan Kennedy on the scene speaking with investigators. So, Dan, what are you learning this morning?
Well, the worst of those shootings happened around 1:30 this morning here along Edgewood Avenue. This is a mass shooting. We just spoke with police and got information from an overnight police commander here who says 11 people were shot in that incident at 1:30 this morning. This is what the scene looks like right now here along Edgewood Avenue as detectives start to clear out. They've been here for the last 4 hours. The medical examiner has since left because this also turned deadly. We know that 11 people were shot at 1:30 this morning. One person was killed. The man killed is 27 years old. I was here as the family showed up about an hour ago and was consoled by the police chaplain here on scene. As for the other 10 people shot, they were taken to Grady Hospital this morning, most of them listed as stable, likely to survive their injuries, although one person is in surgery right now. We've learned that the ages range from 18 to 29 for those people shot. Now, hang with me here as we talk about another incident that happened here along Edgewood last night, because just hours before this, there was a seemingly unrelated shooting surrounding a parking dispute in which a person was shot multiple times. So when you add that up, we're talking about a dozen people who were shot on this street over a few hours' time last night along Edgewood Avenue. But Jonathan, the biggest one being these 11 people were shot around 1:30 this morning. We spoke with an eyewitness to some of the chaos overnight, and this is what they told us.
I can't come out here. I can't enjoy myself and drink. I done been shot. I done been grazed in my face. So this is very traumatic for me, you know, and to see that boy over there, it just hurts my soul because I have a baby boy.
There are several nightclubs in this area of Edgewood Avenue. It's the 300 block where the shooting took place. A lot of people out here enjoying the night. In fact, as we were showing up a little before 4 o'clock this morning, there were still plenty of people out here. Jonathan, I spoke with one woman who lives along this street who says she was up late last night watching as people were armed with guns and backpacks, watching and stopping cars in the street and looking inside those vehicles. Unclear how all this relates to this overnight mass shooting. We're still digging into this, the fact that 11 people were shot here overnight along Edgewood Avenue, and we'll have more when you hear from police coming up in just about 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Jonathan.
just unbelievable. 11 people there. Dan, thank you so much. We certainly will be checking back with you.
So it's a total of 11 people were shot. Hold on, we have some more update. We're gonna wish Brenda a happy birthday. Let's sing happy birthday to Brenda. Rosie's sister birthday. She turned 75 today. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Brenda. Happy birthday to you. Let's sing the other part, the other version. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to ya. Happy. Yeah, she did have a buzz ball. She said, I can't even drink. She did. I was trying to ignore that part, but TV design, you just brought it out. Yeah, she did. She had a buzz ball in her hand. Yes, she did. Happy birthday, Brenda. Rosie, please tell her happy birthday. All right, let's go ahead on and continue with the news, y'all. Let's see what else they have to say about the mass shooting. Hold on a second. She can't even come outside. Meanwhile, she's outside. You guys are terrible. You guys are terrible. What is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all? Y'all so silly. All right, hold on. Let's see what they have. Y'all guys are just like to act up, don't y'all? Just can't behave. All right, this is what he
Thanks
said.
so much for joining us this Monday morning. I'm Jonathan Martin. We want to start with some breaking news we've been following all morning. A mass shooting here in Atlanta. We'll have your weather and traffic in just a moment, but it was a violent night in Atlanta's Edgewood neighborhood. We know 11 people were shot right near a busy nightclub area. We've learned one person is dead, and police are investigating 3 different shooting scenes here. We have team coverage for you this morning. Our Stefanich Haynock is live outside Grady Hospital, where we know 10 of those victims are recovering. But let's start with Dan Kennedy, who is live there in Edgewood. Dan, you've been speaking with investigators and witnesses. What are you hearing so far this morning?
Yeah, I spoke with one eyewitness who says she was out here last night watching as a group of men were out here on Edgewood Avenue, armed with guns and a backpack, peering into cars as they drove by. Unclear how exactly that relates to the shooting overnight, but it was around 1:30 in the morning when police were called out here to a report of a mass shooting. When they got here, they saw 11 people have been shot. One man was killed, died here on the scene. He was 27 years old. 10 others were taken to Grady Hospital. Right now, police are at that hospital following up with these victims, trying to get more information. I asked police if they're looking for one shooter or more. They said clearly a lot of people were shooting. There were multiple shell casings in the street, which is where this shooting happened. They believe the shooters were on foot. There were a lot of eyewitnesses around because this is a busy stretch of nightlife here along Edgewood. And this is what some witnesses told us.
I can't come out here. I can't enjoy myself and drink. I done been shot. I done been grazed in my face. So this is very traumatic for me, you know, and to see that boy over there, it just hurts my soul because I have a baby boy.
By the way, police were out here on Edgewood Avenue earlier in the evening investigating 2 other unrelated separate shootings. So a total of 13 people shot here along Edgewood within just the last several hours. Jonathan, it is capping off a very violent 4 days in Atlanta. 35 people shot in the city since Thursday of last week, 5 of them dead. Homicides are down year over year in the city, but this is just an example of how quickly things can change in just a matter of days.
All right, our Dan Kennedy there, live for us. Dan, we appreciate it. Thank you so much. Now let's get over to Stephanie Haynock, who is there at Grady Hospital. So, Steph, as we mentioned earlier, we know many of the victims are there. What are you hearing about their conditions this morning?
Yeah, well, Jonathan, right now, according to police, what we do know is that those 10 victims were transported here to Grady Hospital. Now, as far as we know, and from what police have told us this morning, they are all in stable condition. Now, the extent of the injuries that they suffered, unknown at this time. But what we do know is one of those 10 victims was taken into surgery just after 5 a.m. Police tell us they are going to be interviewing some of these victims here at the hospital. We also know that their ages range from 18 to 29 years old. As you can imagine, this morning, family and friends of those victims are probably inside here at the hospital or en route to be by their sides. Now, we also spoke to police this morning. They told us that they are going to be reviewing camera footage in that area of Edgewood where this shooting happened. And also, we have reached out to Mayor Dickens' office for comment on this mass shooting and what he has to say about what we are seeing as far as a growth in gun violence this summer, especially this month of July. Live here in downtown Atlanta, I'm Stephanie Haynock. Jonathan, back to you.
All right, I expect we will hear from the mayor and police chief later today. Steph, thank you so much.
And we did hear from them. So, woo, it's a lot going on in Atlanta, y'all. A lot is going on in Atlanta. A lot is going on. We already watched the press conference. Let's see what else is there. Let's see what else is happening. Hold on a second. This thing, Channel 11 sucks. I don't know why it's like slow like this. All right, let's see what else is happening in Atlanta regarding this, all of this craziness, mass shooting. Let's see what they say. Hold on a second. Mass shooting in Atlanta. Let's see what else is out there. All right, let's see what ANF says about this shooting. We're gonna put on ANF. Okay. Let's see what they say about it.
7 people are shot. 1 person is dead after an overnight mass shooting in a popular bar district of Atlanta.
We want to check in with Atlanta News First's Don Shipman. Don, you're live with the First Alert Breaking News Tracker on Edgewood Avenue, and you're hearing from police as well as witnesses. So what are they telling you?
They're describing a chaotic scene where bars were closing down in this area. Many of those people at those bars were spilling out into the streets, and that's where the shooting happened. I'll show you right here that this is Edgewood, and it happened right up that way. This whole area was cordoned off. You can take a look at the video right here, and this is what it looked like at the height of the investigation. This going on for hours during the overnight. This is the 300 block of Edgewood Avenue. Multiple bars in this area. The shooting happened just as they were closing. Here's what we've learned from police. 1 person is dead, a 27-year-old man, 10 others injured in this shooting. They were all rushed to Grady Memorial Hospital, one of them receiving emergency surgery, but we're told that all are expected to survive. All of the victims between the ages of 18 and 29 years old. Right now, police are searching for the suspect or suspects. We talked with one of the witnesses, and she describes hearing rapid gunfire and then seeing multiple people lying on the ground.
It's been crazy.
I think she's gone on every station.
I just had twins, and you know, as a mom, I tried to use my little break to have fun. I can't even have fun no more. It's my birthday, and I can't come out here. I can't enjoy myself.
She says that she is traumatized by what happened. And there were multiple shootings overnight here in Atlanta, and then really multiple shootings over the last few days. We looked into the numbers, and since last Thursday, Atlanta police now tasked with investigating upwards of 17 separate shootings. We're live here in Northeast Atlanta. Don Shipman, Atlanta News First.
Welcome back to 11 Alive Midday. At this hour, we are following new developments after a night of violence along Atlanta's Edgewood Avenue. A mass shooting has taken the life of one person and left 10 others injured. We have team coverage for you this midday, beginning with 11 Alive's Dan Kennedy. Dan, we heard from the mayor not too long ago who says we haven't seen violence like this in a while.
Yeah, at least 2 years is what the mayor is thinking. And you can believe it, Aisha, because when you look at the numbers, the fact is more than 30 people have been shot in the city of Atlanta since Thursday. It's just an unthinkable number when you...
Okay, you notice they mentioned in 2 years, right? Do you think they're going to try to put it on the YSL? Do you think they're going to be trying to put it on YSL?
Say it out loud. The biggest one being that mass shooting that happened overnight around 1:30 this morning. And right now, Atlanta police are trying to track down 4 suspects, 3 males and 1 female. They believe that group initiated basically the triggering of violence that ended and ultimately escalated into this mass shooting with 11 people shot. 1 man died at the scene. This midday, he has now been identified as 27-year-old Santos J. Wyatt. Police Chief Darren Shearbaum says it appears most of the people shot were innocent bystanders. Detectives there at the scene recovered 34 shell casings at the scene. They also recovered several guns. The shots rang out around 1:30 this morning on Edgewood Avenue, the same spot of another shooting just hours before. And as we mentioned, since Thursday, 37 people have been shot in Atlanta and 5 of them killed. It is one of the worst waves of violence for the city in years.
When I look at what connected them, they played out throughout various parts of the city, but none has connected the other than individuals had guns when they were angry. Seems to be the most common theme that we saw throughout the weekend. We saw shootings related to disputes over cars being booted. We saw a nephew take the life of his uncle. We saw individuals shot in domestic violence disputes and disputes over dating.
All right, so where do you go from here? What specifically can be done? I asked Police Chief Darren Shearbaum what can be done on Edgewood alone to try and cut down on the violence and prevent the next shooting, short of being on every block. He said they have officers who patrol that area frequently. He says they have cameras down there, and they in fact put a plan in place for Edgewood and its vibrant nightlife culture just 2 years. He says it's been effective. But Aisha, the police chief, says they are looking at that very plan today to see what more needs to change, what, if anything, is not working so they don't have a repeat of last night.
All right, Dan, thank you. We definitely don't want to see that. But in the meantime, we have the victims and their families who have been greatly impacted. Let's go now to 11 Alive. Stephanie Chaynock continuing our team coverage live from Grady Hospital. Seth, you're learning some new information about the person that was shot and killed in this incident.
Yeah, that's right, Aisha. Just a devastating situation with so many victims and families impacted. As Dan just mentioned, the identity of the one victim that was shot and killed has now been identified as 27-year-old Santos J. Wyatt of Lithonia, Georgia. And also within the last couple of hours, his mother posting his picture on Facebook with a message asking God to guide her. Just so very sad. Now, according to police, we do know 10 other victims are currently being treated here at Grady Hospital. Behind me, we know that one of the 10 being treated here is just 18 years old in critical condition. That's what police tell us. The others in stable condition. We do know that police say they will be interviewing these victims as well as going over any type of security footage in the area of Edgewood where this occurred. Now, I did speak to a witness who told me she and her friend were out there at the time of the shooting. She says they were actually walking on the street when they saw a group of men and then heard shots going off. She says they ran into a bar. And then I asked her, would she ever go out to Edgewood again on a night to enjoy her time with her friends? She tells me not anytime soon, even though she has previously always enjoyed Edgewood. Live here from Grady Hospital, I'm Stephanie Chaynock, 11 Alive News.
All right, Steph, thank you. We will continue to think of these families and all those impacted and follow this developing story for you here on air and online. And for more updates, you can also download the 11 Alive News app. It is free in your app store.
We are following a developing story out of Atlanta, Georgia. One person is dead, 10 others are hurt in a mass shooting overnight. This happened around 1:30 this morning. When police got to the scene, they discovered a 27-year-old man dead from gunshots. 10 other wounded victims were taken to the hospital for treatment. They range in age from 18 to 29. Police have not released any information about a possible suspect or a motive.
Don was talking about one of just several shootings that we are working on this morning.
Atlanta News First Sarah Hammond continues our team coverage now. Sarah, what do we know? Don mentioned 17 shootings. There actually have been even more than that.
There have. We're here over on Chapel Road where they actually had the scene blocked off here after Atlanta police received a call about a shooting in this area. Details are limited right now, but we can see a couple of police cars here. The crime scene unit is here as they investigate exactly what happened here. But like you guys mentioned, this is just the latest investigation in Atlanta after more than 25 people have been shot since Thursday. At least 6 have died. Now, many of these shootings happened over on Edgewood Avenue in the Sweet Auburn neighborhood. 2 shootings happened overnight, a triple shooting on Saturday, as well as that shooting you just heard Don talking about. Now, there's doctors and some research who point to a correlation between high temperatures, which we've definitely seen, and violent crime.
So they blame it on the
There's kind of a correlation between any type of violent crime. It includes robberies, especially on particularly unexpected hot days, aggravated assaults, homicides even.
Now, all of the shootings that we've talked about, they're all still under investigation, and we're still working to learn exactly what happened here on Chapel Road this morning. Of course, we'll bring that to you as soon as we learn more. Live in Atlanta, Sarah Hammond for Atlanta News First.
At this hour, we are learning more about a mass shooting that ended with innocent people shot this morning in Atlanta. It all happened on a very busy street known for nightlife, and it comes after a weekend of relentless violence. We have live team coverage for you. Let's get straight to 11 Alive's Dan Kennedy. So, Dan, we understand you just talked to the Atlanta mayor and police chief about this violence and what unfolded last night.
Aisha, police right now are looking for several suspects in this mass shooting. We're talking about 3 males and 1 female they are currently looking for. They believe that that group is responsible for triggering the violence that escalated into an exchange of gunfire that ended with 11 people shot, one of them dead. It all happened around 1:30 this morning, and new at midday, we've learned that the man killed is 27-year-old Santos J. Wyatt. This happened on Edgewood Avenue, and Police Chief Darren Shearbaum says detectives recovered 34 shell casings there at the scene. They also recovered some firearms there. And he says most of the people shot were innocent bystanders. This same spot on Edgewood Avenue was the site of another shooting just hours before. In fact, since Thursday, 37 people have been shot in Atlanta, and 5 of them killed. Mayor Andre Dickens confirms this is one of the worst waves of violence for the city in years.
We haven't had a weekend like this in a long time, maybe 2 years or more, Chief. We know that summer months often bring some of the most challenging times when it comes to crime and gun violence in our communities. Public safety continues and remains my top priority and the top priority of this administration.
Mayor Dickens said most of the shootings from this weekend result from a prevalent access to guns and anger that escalates the shooting. Both he and the police chief reiterated the need for de-escalation. Aisha, despite this wave of violence, we can tell you that homicides still this year are down 25% and shootings down 20% in Atlanta.
All right, Dan, thank you. The people in the community want to feel those numbers reflected despite the stats there. All right, 11 Alive, Stephanie Haynock continues our team coverage live from Grady Hospital. Seth, you're learning some new information about the person shot and killed in this incident.
Yeah, that's right, Aisha. As Dan just mentioned, the Fulton County Medical Examiner now saying that that victim that was shot and killed is 27-year-old Santos J. Wyatt of Lithonia. This morning, the victim's mother actually posting his picture on Facebook with a message where she...
Okay, I'm going to show you who Wyatt is. I just pulled it up. Hold on a second. Let's put a pause here. Let's go see what Wyatt looks like. Hold on. Here we go. Here he is, y'all. This is Wyatt, Santos Wyatt. This is who he is. Oh, this is Santos. Right here. This is Santos. You guys see him? They said at Edgewood Avenue on Hilder Street, a person was shot multiple times during a parking dispute. Okay, there's another one. They're giving you all the different stuff that happened to these different people. But this is Santos right here. Santos Wyatt killed, 10 others wounded in mass shooting in Edgewood Avenue in Atlanta. Okay. Can you guys see him? That's Santos. All right. Let's continue. Miss Sylvia, you should cover Jason case that going on now. Who is Jason? Yeah, don't you think I have a lot on my plate already? I got cases that I'm working on, and I'll be going to those trials. So I don't know if I can handle another case. Yeah, I see I'm already having a hard time starting to come on. So when it happened this morning at 1:30 a.m. 1:30 a.m. overnight while we were sleeping. While some people were sleeping. I thought Fani said crime rate was down. Gloria, let me tell you, right now, I guarantee you they're going to blame it on gangs. I guarantee you they're going to blame it on gangs. Let me tell you why. Because oh my God. Thank you, CMT, on that one. Lord have mercy. Oh my God, my God, my God, my God. Okay, y'all. Okay. All right. Shanika, thank you. She's okay. So some distraction. Always. Okay, let me can you send it to? So this is another city. Could we stay focused on one thing at a time, y'all? Y'all bombarding me with different stuff. Could we stay focused on one thing? And that's why y'all be like, oh, you all over the place. Because y'all be getting me all over the place. This is, oh my God, Jesus. I want to scream. All right. I'm going to go ahead on and get off. I'm gonna get off for a minute because I'm getting discombobulated right now. I can't believe you're on there, Miss Sylvia, because that's why they always think I heard you. Oh, good. You go, girl. Take care. Just fire out. Thank you, Spitting Fire. Thank you for the super chat. I'm gonna take a break for a minute, y'all. I'm gonna take a break for a minute. Please answer. I'm gonna take a break. I'm taking a break, y'all. This is y'all coming too many questions, because I'm gonna take a break. Okay, I'll see you guys in a minute. It's overload. I'm getting too stimulated right now. I'm overload. I'll see you guys in a minute. Bye.
Thank you for watching the infamous Sylvia channel, where laughter and fun make up our panel. Together we build this digital spree. We appreciate you and our growing family. With mods by our side and chat flowing free in this online space. It's just you and me. We laugh until tears roll down like the rain. In this virtual world, you ease all my pains. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We cherish the moments, the highs and lows, from the latest gossip to stories untold. You're more than a viewer, you're part of the crew in this space of ours. It's all because of you. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right.